relationships compound. It's kind of like wine. You know, there's like a wine that like it's in the beginning it's not mature, but as it gets aged, it tastes better. It's kind of like a similar thing in terms of with relationships too, is what I realized. A lot of people that I know, like, you know, like right now they might be in a stage where they're not really where they want to be, or like, you know, we're not um I guess we don't relate too often, but then like they could, you know, it could compound. So that is extremely important. That's something that I learned too. I actually learned this from one of my friends. He was actually a client of mine, but I consider him a mentor, and he's worked with like Bill Gates and all that stuff. He's been in rooms where there's like literally like beyond billions of dollars. And I learned this because like relationships is incredibly important. I remember we went to this club, like I haven't been to a club in years, but when he came, he's like, "Yo, let's just go here." So we got a valet. We went there, and he's just genuinely interested in everyone, no matter how misplaced you are in an environment or a situation, because that relationship could compound, and you don't know what it could bring in the future. And it just things just circle around. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's another thing is I'm gonna really value relationships even more, and then I'm going to make sure the people that I do have relationships with compound, because I know that's going to be extremely important. Yeah, that's going to be the one of the most important things, honestly. I think that's literally what's going to make me a billion too, which is that relationships. Because like let's say later on, like after I create like a space, after I create like a space station and all that stuff, right? Like let's say I want to hire an engineer, right? Now it's like, okay, like all the conversations that I'm having right now, the people that I'm talking to, like now I just have a network of engineers. Or like if I want this person, you know, it's like I know this person. So it's just about building that solid firm relationship. Like I talked to this one guy. He hired like 800 people in like I think Google or something like that, or Apple. Um and I just had a conversation with, this was like a few weeks ago, and I have him like on WhatsApp, you know, and that relationship compound, you don't know what that's gonna bring, you know. So there's just like life is beautiful. Being able to keep those good relationships is extremely important, something that I learned, and really trying to get 1% better. Like I really need to start, like for example, me personally. Funny enough, I actually used to help entrepreneurs with fitness. So you see how this circles around, because like right now I haven't even been like working out as much as I should. And literally like 2 years ago, I was literally teaching entrepreneurs how to work out. That was like my targeted audience. It's so funny how things just twirl around, which is why I'm creating this video, because I know this is going to twirl around when I do hit a billion, and when I do take humans out of Earth and all that stuff. It's literally going to spin around. I just know it. I already know it. It's so funny how this works. But yeah, that's another thing. This channel is literally just gonna be like my diary of like whatever I think I'm just gonna post. But yeah, and then another thing is being able to like obviously lead means when someone says something, really not like understanding that, like being able to ignore them when someone says something because of the context and the experience that they have, which is incredibly important. That's something that I learned when I was like, you know, back in the day when I was like a soccer coach. I was like, you know, even helping people there was over like 50 to even 100 people on the field, like when I was training people for soccer and stuff like that. So just off of these endeavors that I've done and these experiences that I've collected, like now it's like transitioning into business, you know? So that's something important too that I've learned. Yeah, this life is beautiful. I've just been through so much amazing experiences, and it's like I'm still 22, you know? It's honestly beautiful. I'm so glad I started this entrepreneurship journey, like literally.